Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to take a look at a fairy tale we all know, Snow White, in a way you've never heard before, from a completely different angle. Written with the power of silence, this is a story that will touch the depths of your heart. If you're ready, let's begin this magical journey. Once upon a time, beyond the mountains, in the palace closest to the sky, there lived a queen of legendary beauty. But her heart was closed to everyone except her famous mirror. One winter day, as pure white snowflakes fell against the windows, the queen gave birth to a daughter. The whiteness of her skin made the snow jealous, the blackness of her hair silenced the night, and the redness of her lips embarrassed spring. They called her Snow White. Years passed, and the princess grew up. But she was not like the other princesses. She was very quiet. But this was not an empty silence. She spoke with her eyes and brought peace to those around her with her presence. When he walked in the palace garden, birds circled around him, flowers bent toward him. It was as if nature understood his silent language. The queen, meanwhile, asked that famous question to her mirror every day, and one morning the mirror changed its answer. Snow White, you are no longer the fairest. That day, the winds of change blew through the palace. The princess was sent into the forest with a basket full of fruit. No one asked any questions, but everyone felt a twinge in their hearts. The forest. The forest was a completely different dimension of silence. The trees bent their branches tenderly over him, the birds fell silent, and even the wind did not stir the leaves. It was as if the entire forest shared his sorrow. The princess walked to a clearing and saw 7 small doors there. Each one was a different color: red, blue, green, yellow, purple, orange, and black. The doors were closed, but the black one was slightly ajar. Inside there were 7 small beds, each of a different size. The princess sat down on the smallest bed and simply waited. Days passed, the doors opened one by one, and the 7 dwarfs entered like 7 shadows. None of them spoke, but they all accepted him, because his silence was very similar to theirs. The queen asked her mirror again. The answer had not changed. This time a red, shiny, perfect apple was sent to the forest. When the princess saw the apple, she didn't hesitate, because she didn't know what evil was. She picked up the apple, looked at it, smelled it, and bit into it. At that moment, time stood still. Birds hung suspended in the air. The wind held its breath. When the dwarfs found him, they didn't utter a single word, but their tears fell silently to the ground. They placed him in a glass coffin and left him on the highest peak of the forest. One day, Prince Ferdinand arrived from distant lands, known for his silence just like her. He stood before the princess's coffin and placed his hand on the glass. At that moment, the glass cracked, and sunlight seeping through the cracks hit Snow White's face, and at that moment, her eyes opened. The dwarves did not shout with joy, but their eyes sparkled. The prince did not smile, but bowed his head in gratitude. The princess stood up, placed her hand on her heart, and smiled for the first time in her life. The forest came back to life. Birds began to sing, the wind made the leaves dance. Together they came to the front of the 7 doors. This time they were all open. Behind every door was a lesson written: courage, patience, respect for nature, kindness, imagination, sharing, and most importantly, the power of silence. The queen never asked her mirror another question, because she understood that true beauty lies not in outward appearance, but in behavior. Snow White stayed in the forest and told the children stories in which these values were hidden. This fairy tale teaches us that true beauty lies in silence, patience, and kindness. Sometimes silence is the most powerful response. I hope you enjoyed this different perspective. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video for this and similar stories. See you in the next tale. Take care.